It's true. It's true. It's true. It's pretty green. We like green, don't we? Do we like the green? I don't know. You guys tell me how much you like the green. How about this? Apple to become the first 800 billion company after Buffett nearly tripled his stake. Do you know that man, Warren Buffett? Wherever he goes, money goes. And when that man decides to just triple his stake, I think his stake is like 19 billion in Apple. And who's been talking about Apple every day? It's true. Pretty sure I brought you guys Apple. And did it just not go to record highs? It's true. Apple is at record highs. And we have to bring you the news because that's just what we do. We bring you the news first before anybody else on the planet. That is what we do, and we'll bring it to you live. It's true. Now, we need to speak to somebody that is an expert in breaking news. There it is. Apple becomes the first 800 billion company. Ooh, yeah. That is absolutely incredible. Man.
Are you listening?
Wow. It's incredible. It's true. Apple, the first 800 billion company. Apple stock surges to a record after Warren Buffett discloses his stake more than doubled, almost tripled. Wow. Are you kidding me? And we get to break the news first here live on Rich TV Live for you, the people. Wow. It's incredible. But it's all true. Let me just make a call here to the gorilla. Have you heard of the gorilla? Have you heard of the man they call the gorilla? Let's see if he's around. Have you guys seen level 2 lately? There's Apple. As promised. Attila, how you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I had a great weekend. It's Monday. The markets are in the green. And I know you were breaking some news today to me, and I want you to break it live for everybody in the world to see. Who just became a new IPO today, Attila?
Well, this is a new streaming outfit for the marijuana industry. It's called CBW, Cannabis Wheaton Income Corp. So they just IPO'd today. Actually, they were doing pretty good at right off the start. It was a good chance to make some quick money there. And back down a little bit, but yeah, they're brand new on the. It's the world's very first cannabis streaming. It's a streaming. I guess that what they do is they're in the entire cannabis business, and I guess they pass information from about corporation from one to another, and you can get oodles and oodles of information should you subscribe to their app. I think they got an app there out there today, but today's the IPO, the first day that they're trading on the market.
Yeah, it seems interesting. It looks as though they went as high as $2, and they've been as low as $1.40. Currently at $1.46, traded 2 million shares. Probably wasn't the start that they wanted, unfortunately. But listen, CBW, if you're watching, we'd love to have you on Rich TV Live, and we love to get to know your story a little bit more. And we are breaking this new IPO to you, the people, live all over the world that are watching. And for those of you that aren't watching live, this will be recorded so you will be able to watch it. It's true. Attila is breaking this news first. He brought it to me this morning. I wasn't even aware of it. But thanks to Attila, we brought it to you guys first.
You know, I think it was completely off everybody's radar because I never saw anything about this IPO. Never got any kind of warning about it. Just happened to come across it today myself. So that was quite interesting, and I don't even think you see it on Google Finance right now. But if you have a trading platform, you'd be able to get it through your own trading platform since it's IPO today. So, but I don't see it on the Google. It might be on there now, but
it's at $1.46. It went as high as $2, came all the way down to $1.40. Looked like there was a lot of sellers in there that were just waiting to dump their shares, probably for years. This is a trend I've been noticing with all the IPOs. Have you noticed this trend?
Oh, for sure. This is a noticeable trend. The short sellers get on it almost immediately from the opening.
Look at Abcan today. It went to $1. So this is why you don't. This is why I said to you, I wasn't in a rush to just buy all these stocks right away on the open because I've seen this trend where they spike, people get stuck at a higher price, and then they come down. Unfortunately. And you know what? It's great for investors because we can get in lower. We know that guys got in at 80 cents. We know that they raised a lot of money. Abcan did at 80 cents. And we know that Brad Wilson is on their advisory board. Were you aware of that?
I wasn't sure about their advisory board, but I knew that they had, or Brett Wilson had put $500,000, $500,000 into Abcan.
Well,
so, but yeah. I wasn't sure about the advisory board. That was kind of new to me there.
Yes, it is big news. Brett Wilson has been added to Abcan's advisory board.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. They need a name, someone like Brett Wilson, who's, previously of Dragon's Den. I mean, he was actually one of my favorite dragons, actually. He was a really calm and cool, collected kind of guy, and always kind of got an uplifting kind of attitude towards him, and I always enjoyed him. I kind of missed him when he left the Dragon's Den there, but yeah, he was one of the best, my favorites anyway on the Den at the time. But I believe he also owns it doesn't have anything to do with marijuana, but I believe he also owns a Canadian football team. I'm not 100% sure if he still does or not. But yeah, he owns an entire football, I believe it was one of the Canadian football teams. I can't remember who it is. But
well, we'll forgive him for that failing investment. But outside of his love, I'm sure, for football, and that's probably why he owns a Canadian football team. Being a huge NFL fan myself and a Dallas Cowboys fan, I I can't. I mean, yeah, I'm a Toronto Argos fan, but you can't really compare the CFL to the NFL. So,
No.
unfortunately, I don't know how many CFL franchises are really successful franchises as far as a business. But I'm sure that if anyone can make it work, it's Brett. We believe in you, Brett. We think you make a lot of good moves, and we believe Brett joining forces with Abcan is absolutely amazing. And what I believe is happening in Abcan right now, I have it up on my screen, is that Abcan is right now got a lot of people that have been invested in this company, got in at 80 cents, and even now at $1, they're seeing a 20% return. And I believe a lot of people are selling that were holding those shares. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe that too. You know how it is with the IPOs. You know, people jump on board and they immediately, the short sellers, you know, they get hold of it and start dragging the stock back down again. But, you know, regardless of what they do to it now, Abcan will be a monster later on, absolutely. And, you know, this news with Mr. Wilson being on their advisory board, that's just an awesome thing for Abcan. You know, who better to represent Abcan, you know, than one of the famous people off the Dragons? Then, you know, I'm sure he's going to give them the kind of attention and that they deserve. Most definitely going to see that stock, like you said earlier. They see that stock going to about 2.25.
I have it on my screen. On May 4th, Abcan out of Napanee. Is that correct? Napanee?
It is. Yep.
Napanee, Ontario. Let's give them a shout out. Hold on. Napanee. We're giving you a little bit of a shout out right now. We're giving you a siren. Does anybody know where Napanee is? My goodness, I don't think anybody does.
No, Napanee's a kind of little...
Where the heck is Napanee? Abcan's in
Napanee.
Napanee.
You know, it's a quiet little itty-bitty town. But the marijuana company is definitely going to be putting them on the map, that's for sure. I think eventually everyone's going to know about Napanee and Abcan.
Check this out. So Abcan Global Corporation is pleased to announce on May 4th out of Napanee, Ontario. The company is pleased to announce the appointment of W. Brett Wilson to the advisory board of the company in connection with the completion of the company's acquisition of Abcan Medicals, Inc. The transaction included concurrent capital raises of, are you ready for this?
Lay it on me.
$26.8 million to expand Abcan's production capacity.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Let me just blow this up for the people at home so they can see. We bring this to you guys live before anybody else on the planet. Let everybody else look at the garbage. We're going to look at Abcan even more closely. Mr. Wilson's extensive experience and track record in financing and building early stage ventures in successful companies makes him an ideal strategic advisor to the company at this stage of its development. Mr. Wilson was a co-founder in 1993 of the highly regarded investment bank First Energy, which was subsequently acquired by GMP Capital Inc. He is a leading TV personality known for his role as a dragon on CBC's award-winning Dragon's Den television program and an early-stage venture financier in hundreds of successful companies. Mr. Wilson's involvement and $500,000 investment in the company's subscription receipt offering undertaken concurrently with the completion of the transaction represents another major step for Mr. Wilson into the legal cannabis industry. He is also a lead investor and strategic advisor with Green Acre Capital, a Toronto and Calgary-based cannabis industry-focused investment fund. What do you think about that?
I gotta look into that. I definitely gonna look into that.
Isn't this huge news? My friend,
awesome.
I am going to load up on Abcan. I'm telling you right now, I am going to load up on Abcan. I don't know. What do you think?
I had a feeling it was, sure it's going to make some money off the IPO, off the opening day. But, again, the short sellers, they got hold of it. And I think we've seen just about the bottom of, I think this is a great entry point. 20 cents up from the IPO price of 80 cents. I don't think you can complain too much. I think this is a great entry price for anybody. I think anybody who's anybody and smart, especially with the recent news, be jumping all over Abcan.
Oh, I think this is absolutely enormous news. I think this is, for me...
Watch what he does with it. Watch what Brett Wilson does with this.
He immediately raised $26.8 million for them to grow the company.
His name alone. Just his name alone to be associated.
So you ready for this? Mr. Wilson from Aaron Kia. How do you say Aaron's last name?
Keys. Aaron Keys.
Aaron Key, because Keay. Aaron Key. Aaron Key.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron, if I butcher your name. I apologize. I would love to speak to you directly and get you on the show. Aaron Key.
I butchered his first name the one day, and I apologize for that. But I think I called him Alan Keys. But no, it's Aaron Key.
Aaron, we love this move. Adding Brett Wilson, a dragon, to your show. We believe this is going to be a huge move in the step and in the growth, in the development of Abcan. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. And when you have a dragon with his connections and his friends and his relationships, now being on the board of this company, this is a direct arrow for me as an investor to invest heavy into Abcan. And I will. And I am going to be a shareholder of this company. And I will let you guys know as I grow and invest in Abcan. And I believe in this company. I believe they're making the right moves. I've told you guys this before. A strong management, a strong balance sheet, a strong product. Abcan, organically grown medical marijuana with a license from Health Canada. They now have a board with a dragon on it who has brought in with him $500,000 of his own money plus $26 million of funding with this transaction. And now in addition to that, the CEO, Aaron Key, you have made a key move in your development and growth of this company. So much that I am going to be investing my own resources into your company, and I will continue to show your story and educate the world about Abcan. Let's hear what Mr. Key had to say about the appointment of Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson is a welcome addition to the company's advisory board. He's a widely respected, established, and accomplished business leader and will complement the talents of our directors and advisors. We look forward to utilizing Brett's knowledge and experience as we grow the Abcan brand and welcome his personal investment and interest into the company, says Aaron Key, CEO and director of the company, on behalf of the board of directors. So, this is huge news. Congratulations. What do you think about this? Let's let off some...
I think it's wonderful news. Having Brett, you can bet that Brett Wilson, he did his homework on Abcan. And you can bet that was that the things that he learned about Abcan. It was a no-brainer for him to get involved and make a make an investment in Abcan itself. So you watch that company grow now with that that association with Brett Wilson, and like you say, with his connections and whatnot, they're going to bring them to the top. And I think they're not only that. I believe that this is probably going to ramp up their phase two build up of their phase two operations. I think that's going to speed up a lot of things for them, and which will probably in turn, as we get closer to that July 2018 date, the 1st on July. I think phase three will be started probably possibly even maybe before the that July date. So I think this addition with Brett Wilson there is just gonna help Abcam tremendously.
Oh,
smart move.
I agree.
For both men, Aaron Key, along with Brett Wilson. This is just Mr. Key knows exactly where to look for the people to invest in Abcan, and he's got one of the best people now that he could associate himself with.
Check this out. Are you ready for some more big news? Check this out. Because we just break the news. This is breaking news. So, President's Choice, PI Financial. Have you heard of PI Financial? PI Financial is a firm out of Vancouver. They have an analyst. His name is Jason Zandberg. He has given Abcan. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Are you ready for this? A drum roll is needed for this.
Hello?
Yes, we got a drum roll.
Okay.
So there is a price estimate, a price target by PI financial analyst Jason Zandberg of $2.25 on Abcan. ABCN on the TSX Venture. What do you think about that? That price target was on May 3rd. After they completed a private placement and raised the initial $10.7 million through the sale of 13.4 million units at 80 cents.
Wow.
So Abcan has IPO'd with a explosion of huge news. You guys heard it here first. They have a price target of $2.25. They have a dragon on their advisory board, Brett Wilson. And concurrent to him joining their board, they raised $26.8 million. After announcing they raised $13.4 million just a few days before that.
Yeah. Awesome. Watch him go.
And you brought it to us first, my friend.
Well, I try to bring whatever I can, that new IPO this morning, that was totally off my radar, which really surprised me, but they came out of nowhere to announce the IPO. I read it there last night, and I thought I'd bring it to your attention there right away as soon as I could.
Well, I think it's an incredible deal. I absolutely love it. And when I see that they have a great product. They have a license from Health Canada. They are raising tons of money to grow and develop their business. I think everything is just like check, 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 check. As an investor, what else could you ask for in a company? I haven't really sat down and looked at their financials as much as I would like. I would like to sit down and look at those. Once I get a chance to look at their financials, I will definitely be making an investment. But when I see that Brett Wilson's putting in 500 grand, I believe that, with a price target of 225 and with some of the big moves that these guys have made, I believe these guys are poised to really do very well in this industry. I really do. I really, really do.
Oh, yeah, they're on their way, that's for sure.
I think at $1, they're at a bargain. I think at $1, these guys are at a major bargain, personally. And I want to continue to bring them light. And, you see them at $1, and I told you, remember I told you my strategy. I'm not going to rush to buy this because I believe there are insiders that have shares in the company that have been holding for a long time and have been paid in shares. And there's totally fine for them to sell those shares, especially at $1 when they could have bought them at 80 cents. I think that that's great. However, I believe that once those shares are sold, you will see that this stock will climb. That is my own belief. That is my own gut instinct in my gut.
And when do what does your gut tell you when the date might be for that? I don't want a date on a calendar, but a week, 2 weeks. When do you think that'll happen?
It's hard to put a date on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People just gotta watch it. You just gotta watch it. When you see the stock start going up, that's a positive sign.
Yeah, I think I can't tell you when it's going to go up. I told you that I thought that I'd like to buy it at 80 cents.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the price I'm going to sit at. If I can get it for $1, I'll still buy it for $1 because I don't think $1 is a bad price either, to be honest with you.
No, I think it's a great price. I think that's an excellent entry price for anybody.
But it's at $1 right now, so who's to say it can't go lower? I think it could go lower.
Well,
I think it could go
It's
lower.
a possibility. But I think we've seen almost the low. You know what? Even if you bought it at $1 and it went down to 97, 98, there's no reason to worry there. It's only going to start climbing, that's for sure.
Well, I think that it has huge potential. I think it's a diamond in the rough, and if I have the opportunity to double my money, I promise you guys this: I will go big.
Well, you know what? On the day of the IPO, I entered a limit order on Abcan at 86 cents, hoping to see that it would come down or that it might, I might be able to purchase it a little over the IPO price, but it didn't really get much lower than $1. I haven't seen it got much lower. Did it ever get lower than $1 since the IPO? I don't think so. It might have been to 99 or something like that.
Yeah, I think I've seen it down to 96, 97, but not for long.
No. One day, if anything, it probably turned around by the end of the day, even. But I think the dollar's an excellent entry point for this stock for sure.
I think that anytime you can get a good company, it doesn't really matter what price you get it at. Like, honestly, that's just what I believe. It's like, follow the winners, guys. Okay? I'll talk about it. If you got in on Amazon anytime in the last year, you're a winner. If you got in on Facebook anytime in the last 3 to 5 years, you're a winner. If you get in on any of these companies, Abcan today is the next Facebook. It's the next Amazon. It's the next big thing. It's the next IPO. It's at $1. I mean, it's like Christmas. That's what I think. Honestly, I think it's like Christmas. I don't know. Like, man, It's
kind
like
of spoke to you there a little bit about, marijuana industry has gone through somewhat of a kind of what I believe is somewhat of a correction. Everyone, I guess everyone was, even the news that we got through the legislation the day that it was implemented or was actually on that Thursday, I can't remember the exact date, but when they announced it, there wasn't really much positive news, and I believe that a lot of the investors were tired of watching their stocks go down, their marijuana stocks go down, and no one likes to see that. So I think there was a lot of selling. I believe there was a lot of selling going on. People didn't want to lose their profits.
Anybody who's selling is going to be regretting it. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Anybody who's selling will be regretting it.
Well, you kind of said it yourself, actually, Rich. The stocks that people were selling off and the price is going lower, that just means buying opportunity.
Exactly. I mean, I'm just going to accumulate these stocks, man.
So I think these guys were selling off because they might have got in high. They were probably a little frustrated watching all the marijuana stocks go for a dive because almost every single marijuana stock seemed to get, I'm not going to say decimated, but definitely, there was a drawback on the price of the shares on every marijuana stock. So I think people didn't want to see lose their profits, so I think they started selling off, which provided us with an entry point later.
I think that's a great thing. I think it's a great thing. Please, everybody, sell off.
I just hope we've seen the last of the stock, dropping.
No, you will not see the last of the stock dropping. I'll tell you right now, you will not see the last of the stocks dropping. Because these stocks will go up and down. It will be consistent. But I promise you this. In the long run, these companies are going to be printing money.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. And when you say money doesn't grow on trees, it now does. And you, the people, because of this beautiful platform on YouTube, you, the people, now have the opportunity to be investing in medical marijuana companies that are legalized by Health Canada. And you can buy their stocks. And you can get rich with rich.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me, we're all going to get very rich. And we're going to buy these stocks.
My opinion, Rich, is that, anyone who buys marijuana stocks now, it's a long-term hold. And I don't mean real long-term because as soon as we hit that date, that July 1st, when recreational...
I honestly don't think that is a date. I don't think there is a date. I really don't believe there is a date.
Well, it may change, but that's, according to Trudeau, that's the date.
No, but I'm telling you, I understand that that's the date that recreational marijuana is going to be legalized. But based on the people that I know that are in the industry, there is no date for the stocks to just go up. It's not going to be like that. It's just going to be a consistent flow of news, a consistent flow of financials, and based on companies' fundamentals, based on the company's financials, based on the company's revenues, based on the company's market share, that will determine the company's price. That will determine how quickly these companies grow.
You know what I found interesting, though, Rich, is about today's IPO, this Cannabis Wheat and Income Corp.
What's that?
That IPO today. Are you aware of the individual? Have you heard the name Chuck Rafiki?
No, I haven't.
Chuck Rafiki was one of the founders of Canopy Grow.
Wow.
And he is the one who has started this Cannabis Wheat and Corp. So he is the, I believe, correct me if I don't know, I don't want to commit to it 100%, but he's the one who started this Cannabis Wheat and Income Corp. So he is actually, the article I read, he had resigned from Canopy Grow to do this.
Well, I think that's a smart move because he's probably already seen that cannabis growth has already grown to such a high level and they've been halted multiple times. So the powers that be don't want it to be at a higher price. They've already shown that. So based on that, I believe that that's a smart move. So why not go to a smaller company, build it to become a next billion-dollar company like Cannabis Growth Corp, and this $1.46 company can grow to a $10 stock. I think it's a smart move. And I think this company can have legs. Look at this, people. Look at this. Let's take a look at this real carefully, okay? Let's take a look at this real carefully. Let's get some sirens here. Let's get some drum rolls. Take a look at this. It was as high as $2. And it's come down to $1.40. And now it's at $1.46. This could be a nice little... This could be a nice...
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about cannabis, wheat, and income.
Okay.
It had a big move today. It was at $2. Now it's at $1.46. I'm telling you guys right now, this could be a nice little sniper move. We might see this go right back to $2 here. I don't know.
That's funny. I don't see it here going up to $2. I don't know what platform you're looking at, but I'm looking at Google Finance. And I'm seeing only as high as $1.50 maybe.
Yeah, because it came out at $2, immediately came back down, and then it went back up again. So I think it might initially had its IPO at $2. I haven't done enough due diligence in this company to find out, but that's the beauty of our channel, of our platform. We need to do the due diligence. We need to know everything about this company. But right now, I don't know enough about this company. I've been spending so much time learning about Abcan.
Yeah.
There's so many of these companies, Attila.
I know. They're popping up left and right, and I guess people realize, where the money's going to be later on, this is an industry that's going to make a lot of people very wealthy.
It's
and,
like an explosion.
They have statistics, too, and as far as the people who've been buying the marijuana stocks, they say more people are buying marijuana stocks that have never bought a single stock in their entire life. Well, and they're putting their money into the marijuana stocks.
I think it's smart, and I think it's smart.
I was speaking to a guy the other day. When I thought I bought Supreme Pharmaceuticals at a great price. When I got in. Well, this guy I spoke to the other day, he bought it at 2 cents.
Wow.
2 cents. And the guy was concerned about his sales license for Supreme, and I kind of just, I got back to him and said, look, never mind about the sales license. It's coming. Don't worry, they're going to get it. But I told him I envied him for being able to buy it at 2 cents, because if I would have been able to buy it at 2 cents, I'd be owning hundreds of thousands of shares of that company, and I'd be literally filthy rich in another year at least.
I think that there are so many great opportunities, and we can't sit there and think about, what if this and what if that. I think what we need to focus on is we are in the infancy stages of this industry. And these companies are going to be successful.
Request of the United States Office of Civil Defense at 3:40
for sure.
Pacific Standard Time.
For sure.
Detected a long-range nuclear missile launch in North Korea. This missile is believed to be headed in the direction of the Los Angeles metropolitan area.
What's going on, Rich?
The 400-mile radius of this area should seek a fallout shelter immediately.
No, it's just the sound effect. It's just the sound effect.
Oh, wow, I thought I heard North Korea and the fallout and
No, this is just the sound effect, people. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, happen to be using those kind of sound effects, it's not the right time, especially with the States having the kind of, relationship with North Korea. I just thought you were saying somebody dropped a bomb.
No, don't worry, people. These are just sound effects. This is not real. This is just sound effects. But I hope it's not real. All I can tell you is the marijuana stocks are in the first inning. And if you're a baseball fan and you know there's 9 innings in a baseball game, these stocks that just continue to IPO, every day there's a new medical marijuana IPO in Canada. So what's happening from the insiders that I know that are watching Rich TV Live, that are going to be coming to you guys live very soon, the insiders that I know are telling me that they believe that the recreational medical marijuana ruling Canada Day is not a good thing for the stock market. They actually believe it's a bad thing for the stock market because what it means is that they're going to be giving out more licenses to the small guys. They're going to be handing out more licenses to the small guys. So more small guys are going to get these licenses, and because more small guys are going to be getting licenses like Abcan that are going to be coming to enter into the market, their plan is to clean out the streets. Their plan is to clean up the streets completely and to have everybody buy from a licensed producer. And to create lots of competition, and to do it by giving a lot of licenses to the smaller companies. So companies like Votis Pharmaceuticals that are waiting for a license, a company that I've invested in personally and has gone down a lot and has been reversed, and companies like New Age Farms, NF. Guys, when you guys get those licenses, expect those stocks to explode, just like Abcan has. These are companies that are waiting for licenses. I'm watching and waiting for these companies to get their licenses because I believe there's still a lot of opportunities out there. And if we follow these companies properly and position ourselves, we can make a fortune. You heard it here first, guys.
These companies that you're talking about, when you say they're awaiting their licenses, are you talking about even their cultivation license?
Oh yeah, these companies do not have their licenses. New Age Farms.
Oh wow, those are the ones you need to get involved in. Is
New Age Farms. New Age Farms under the symbol NF and VP. Votis Pharmaceuticals. NF and VP. No, Votis Pharmaceuticals, VP, VP, and NF, New Age Farms. They're two that I've invested in that are early stage that do not have their licenses. They are waiting for their licenses. They are on the Canadian...
New Age Farms out in BC, is it not?
That is correct. They are both in British Columbia, and I would love to have these companies on the show to tell their story. I believe they will get licenses. You can see the volume is very low. I believe these companies, when they get licenses, they could skyrocket. These guys did a 4-to-1 reverse. So they don't have a lot of shares out. With a little bit of news and a little bit of buying that they get their license. Votis Pharmaceuticals, they are waiting to get a license in Canada and the United States.
Is that VODIS?
That is correct. Votis Pharmaceuticals under the symbol VP. Votis Pharmaceuticals under the symbol VP.
You know, I knew of both
company I personally am an investor of. Go ahead.
I knew of both those companies. I just, they weren't really going anywhere right away, but you know what? What are they priced out for right now? Do you know?
Well, they're really low. I mean, New Age Farm is at 10 cents. It was as high as 20 cents just like a month ago. And VP is at 31 cents. They did a 4-to-1 reverse split to 60 cents. And they've been going down ever since. And New Age Farms and VP have been two investments that I've invested in medical marijuana companies that have been major failures. However, most of the other companies I've invested in have been huge successes. These two have been huge failures so far. And I believe it's because they are waiting to get their licenses. So, like you said, shareholders are getting frustrated and they're just dumping their shares, waiting for these companies to get their licenses. But what I do is I wait for them to get to the bottom, and I'm going to position myself and get more. And then when they get those licenses, watch out. New Age Farm, it's going to be a 10 bagger. You heard it here first. A 10 bagger.
Yep.
If I get in at 10 cents and it goes to $1, I'll make myself 10 times my money all day long. All day long. Those are the opportunities I'm looking for. Yep.
Have you ever got on that Health Canada site and look up there's a directory that you can actually see all the marijuana companies that are currently either waiting for a license or have gotten a cultivation license or have got a cultivation and a sales license. And they're listed on a particular page on Health Canada's site.
Well, you know what? You are the medical marijuana gorilla, my friend. So if you could bring that information to us, I would love to share it to you, the people. I would love to share it with you, the people. And Attila, you love to bring the news, my friend. Bring us the news, my friend.
I will. I'll do that. Did you want to talk a little bit about pesticides and fungicides and the problems with that some of these licensed producers have been having problems with?
Sure. Let's go. Let's get through it. What do you want to talk about?
Well, you know what? Almost every single one of these people or these licensed producers have had some sort of issue regarding either using pesticides or some kind of they've been prevented. They've had a lot of recalls. Almost every one of these companies are going to experience this sort of thing, and this is not an uncommon thing within the horticultural type business, because let's face it, you're growing plants and you just can't get away from some of these diseases sometimes. I'm going to talk briefly.
I spoke to one of my insiders in the industry that has been in the industry for a long time, and he told me that there are a major problem. There is a major problem with having to spray pesticides and having to spray these major, huge crops in these massive grow operations that they're creating here.
For sure. There's a company actually out there, right around you actually. It's called Peace Naturals. They're solely owned by Kronos Group. All right, so Kronos Group owns Peace Naturals. Unfortunately, they just had a recall on their product, and they've stopped or they've recalled their product anyways. And it's interesting how some of these problems can just kind of come up out of nowhere, and it's kind of not expected. But they were using a compound. They got their, actually this was, I believe today, that they were, Health Canada had tested just the leaf product from Peace Naturals, and that they found a compound on there. It's called Synergist. And it got on their leaves. Now they believe that the product is that this product is actually it's somewhat of I'm not going to call it a safe product. It's not something you would want to eat. But they found it on the leaves of the marijuana, and because of that, they recalled the product. And Peace Naturals has recalled the product altogether. And
well, I mean, if you pull out, if you take a look at the, if you take a look at the HMMJ ETF, a stock that I own, I mean, you could see that these marijuana stocks are definitely hitting a bottom. And they are, like right now, HMMJ is lower than its initial IPO. So this is showing us exactly what's going on with the marijuana stocks. And like I've said to you before, the marijuana stocks, and Brett Wilson said this himself. He was on BNN and he said this himself. He said the marijuana stocks are going to be up and down, but he believes in the long term they are going to be a huge winner. And I believe the same thing. So I don't really get concerned about the share prices because I always look at it like if I can get in now in Amazon before Amazon becomes Amazon, or in Facebook before Facebook becomes Facebook, I mean, or Apple before Apple becomes Apple, like take a look at Apple, how it has grown. Take a look at Tesla. Take a look at Facebook. Take a look at Amazon. Take a look at Netflix. All of these are IPOs that IPO'd at much lower prices. All of them.
Yep.
So
For sure.
when you invest in winners, you can't really lose. I'm not really worried about the share price today of the ETF because I just want to keep getting more. I'm just going to accumulate my wealth over time by accumulating more of these companies. And if they go down, my attitude is always I'll just buy more. Because I don't panic when I buy stocks. I buy stocks to win long term. So if they go down, my strategy is always, okay, let me watch it like a hawk. And if it keeps going down, I'm not going to buy it. I'm just going to keep watching it. Like I haven't bought any more of this because it keeps going down. So I'm going to keep watching it. If it gets lower, I'm going to buy more. That's just kind of the way I like to do it to lower my average cost. Because eventually, I believe it's going to be at like $20, $30,
Right.
$40, $50, $100. So, because I believe in it that much, I don't really care what price it's at today, whether it's 11. I bought it at 11. You know,
Rich.
whether it's 10, whether it's 9, it doesn't really matter. You know, go ahead.
I read an article today, actually, about the cannabis industry, that the government expects that the beer and alcohol sales will be affected, and they're already seeing signs of that.
Of course.
With the medical, they're losing customers. People are turning towards medical marijuana for their. I know I kind of talked to you about this. It seemed like as human beings, we seem to need something. We seem to need something to be able to escape, our daily drudge of life. And we chose, we've been using alcohol to do that, and then all sorts of other drugs and whatnot. But
people are gonna smoke way less cigarettes. I guarantee you that. People are gonna drink way less alcohol. People are gonna start doing way less other drugs. And I think you're going to see that governments all around are going to start making so much more money. And once they start making so much more money and they start realizing that they're not chasing all these what they call criminals, which are drug dealers, and now these drug dealers are now legal, so they're no longer drug dealers, they're now bankers who are scientists. Scientists.
Yeah.
So these scientists are now the ones that are making the decisions that are leading these companies into the future and leading us, the investors, into a future where I believe it's only going to grow as far as the amount of revenue that is going to be generated for these companies, for the government, and all of these companies that are legalized. All of these companies that are legalized through Health Canada, and Health Canada giving little licenses to all these smaller companies like Votus Pharmaceuticals, like New Age Farms, that are just sitting there begging for their license. Like Supreme Pharmaceuticals, that's just sitting there begging for its license. These companies are all just dying, waiting for their license. Supreme, because they don't have a license, to be quite frank, they're overvalued at $1.48 as far as I'm concerned.
I would believe so too.
I mean, Avcan's at $1. They have a license. These guys are $1.48.
For over a year, they've been selling marijuana.
These guys at $1.48, they don't have a license. How does that make any sense? How can you justify this?
Well, Rich, I can kind of give you an idea.
Makes me scratch my
I think
head.
the investment, the people that want to invest in Supreme, they're aware of the type of size of the facility that they already have right now, and they're retrofitting it as we speak. They're going to have, in the one building, they're going to have, it's not going to be one building. It's a series of greenhouses very close together. 342,000 square feet of growth, right, of square footage. So I think based on that, I think they're already retrofitted for their next expansion, Supreme. It's just that they haven't, this thing with the nutrient kind of set them back about 3 months or so, So, that was kind of a mistake. I was a little disappointed about that, the use of that nutrient. But, this sort of thing happens, I wonder what would have happened if they would have had that sale license because, these issues that are going on now with, fungicide and issues with, pesticides that people are, they're recalling their products and stuff. So, I'm looking at Hydropothecary, which is THCX, right? They suspended the sales of their marijuana. It was because they used an unapproved pesticide. And that was found on their plant leaves. That's what I was just talking about.
What happens when you have bankers that are not real growers that are running these grow operations? And I'm telling you guys, this is a bigger problem that they're letting on. And I'm telling you guys right now, you heard it here first. If they actually went in and investigated these grow operations, I'm telling you, 100% of them would be operating illegally. You heard it here first. Let me give it the sirens. The sirens need to come out. Let me give it the sound effect. Hold on. Hear it. You heard it here first. This is not true. It's not true. It's not true.
At 3:40 p.m.
It's not
Pacific
true.
Standard Time, NORAD detected a long-range nuclear missile launch in North Korea. This missile is believed to be headed in the direction of the Los Angeles metro.
The problem that they had there with Hydropothecary.
It's not true. It's a joke. It's a joke.
They were using, how this got transferred.
Hold on. Hear it? That's the siren.
Oh.
Damn. The devastation.
Yeah.
Devastation.
Anyway, these naturals there, they've identified the source of this product, and it actually led from when they empty out their harvest room, they actually sanitize the entire room afterwards. And this is like a cross-contamination. They're not sure how it managed to happen. I assume it happened because of the humidity in the air. And I can see that what they do is they clean these rooms with an approved chemical, but it's still not supposed to be on the plants. Although there's very little risk of harm.
Why would anybody be using unapproved products when they're a public company?
This was. Oh, okay. No, it wasn't an approved product.
I'm telling you, all of these guys are using unapproved products. You've got a industry that has been forever illegal, meeting an industry that needs to be standardized, legalized, and regulated. And when the two are colliding, there's going to be a transition period for them to become one.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing. This transition is going to have some hiccups. There's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way. There's going to be some ups. There's going to be some downs. Brett Wilson was on BNN and he said it himself. He's investing in a lot of these companies. I believe he said 12 of them. So he's investing in big. So I'm going to invest in big too. I'm going to do everything I can to be a part of this too. And we will be a big part of this industry too in many different ways. Because we have a lot of these companies that are going to be on our show. And we have a lot of companies that are private and public that are watching. So they want to be a part of the show too. So we are going to be a part of it in many different ways. We're going to bring the news first. We are going to break news before anybody else on the planet. So really what we want to do is get to the bottom of what's really going on though. And what's really going on is all of these companies are having a transition period, and they should be working with the guys that have been operating in the underworld, who actually have the experience. That's who they should be working with to do this right. And everything that's approved, everyone should be working with those products. If there's a product that someone's working with that's not approved, these companies need to clean up their act right now. Like immediately. And do what Organogram did and learn from your mistakes, clean up your act, and turn your situation around.
That's all. You learn from your mistakes.
That's all you can do, right?
Yep. Keep on going.
I mean, you're a business, you're public. When you're a public company, you have to be transparent. You can't hide your mistakes. Organogram had an issue with spraying pesticides, and what did they do? They owned it, they owned up to it, and they've turned their situation around, and the stock has started to turn around. It hasn't done as well as I'd like it to do, but I think long term, this is a huge winner. And every time it goes down, all I think about is buy, 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 buy. Buy, 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 buy. That's what I think. That's my attitude. That's just what I think. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that Aurora, that's going to be a kick-ass stock later on. You watch that stock. A lot of people think that Aurora is really going to be, they're really number 4 in the industry. I don't know if people realize it. I don't care what anybody says. They're already building their 1 million square foot state-of-the-art facility. And not only that, I mentioned to you about who else did they get involved with internationally now? Didn't I mention that to you?
I manage so many conversations we have. Remind me.
That was an Australian company there now that they're involved
That's
in.
Right.
They made a 19.9% investment in Medcan in Australia. I was trying to buy the stock, but I can't get into those Australian markets either. So I don't know how you're going to be able to purchase this that was a new IPO, but it, had nothing to do with North America. That was Australia. But you know what? They are the first to start that have a license. They're the first ones that have been given a license to cultivate marijuana. So I think they're going to be the equivalent of Canopy Grow.
Wow. That's huge.
I believe they're going to be the equivalent to Canopy Grow for sure. Because
Give everybody at home the symbol. Give everybody at home the symbol of a new symbol, a new company that's going to be IPOing in Australia. Give the people at home the symbol.
Well, no, they've already IPO'd.
What's the symbol?
We can't get the symbol here, but I tried to get it on Google, and it's not on Google. I just happened to read the article, and it gives the Australian symbol. I know the company. Anyone can Google it. It's called Cannmed. CANN Med.
Cannmed. New IPO in Australia, Cannmed. We're going to definitely have to look into that one and learn a little bit more about this new company, guys. We definitely love new IPOs. We want to be watching it. And if we have to go to Australia to buy stocks, then we'll go to Australia. We're not afraid of going to Australia. I'll show you guys how to set up accounts in Australia. Don't worry about that. We'll figure out a way. That's for sure. What else is going on, my friend? We've been live for over an hour. I want to get into some other stocks as well. Anything else you want to talk about, my friend, before we say goodbye?
Well, the only other thing I think was the pesticide situation. That involved two people, but unfortunately, one company has a stake in both. Peace Naturals, 100% owned by Kronos Group, and Hydropothecary, which is THCX. They also had a pesticide or contamination problem also, but unfortunately, Kronos owns a piece of them too.
Sorry, what was the other company? THCX, and what was the symbol of the other company that Kronos has a piece of?
Well, it was Peace Naturals. I don't know the symbol, but Kronos owns 100% of Peace Naturals. So I believe you'd probably, if you just Googled if you just put in Kronos Group, but they own 2 licenses already.
All right. Well, if you look at Kronos Group today, the Kronos Group today in Canada is at $2.45. I think it's at a really good price. So I'm definitely watching it. It's one that I've made a lot of money with myself this year already, and I'm going to be looking to potentially get reinvested in this one. I got in at around $1.30, $1.25, and sold at $2.36. I got out way too soon. It went to like $3.36, and now it's down to $2.45 again, almost around the same price where I sold it. So I'm really watching it carefully like a hawk, and I'm going to be looking to reposition myself in this one very, very soon. I really love the company. I love the Kronos Group. I love the fact that they got their hands involved in the industry. I believe long-term all of the companies they're going to work with and all the companies they're going to be touching are going to turn to gold, including Abcan. Don't they have a 19% stake in Abcan?
Yes, Kronos Group has I believe it's a 16% stake.
Sorry, 16% stake.
They have a significant equity share stake in Abcan. So.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, my friend. Thank you for watching. Let's keep in touch and let's talk soon.
Yeah, there's several other things there I could be talking about. I'd like to just do some more research because you know what? All these marijuana companies are almost every week. They got something new going on. I wanted to talk about another company that just I see so many of these marijuana stocks. I can't remember which company it is, but it's a fairly one of our favorites, and I'm going to have to do my homework again on it. But they just received a license to produce medicinals from the marijuana. So they'll be producing. They've just bought a bunch of extraction machines. These CO2, I believe, CO2 extraction machines. They're quite expensive, but they're going to be expanding themselves with the extracting machines now. So they're going to have a new line of medicines available.
Wow, that's huge.
You know what? Later on this week, we'll touch base about that.
That sounds great, my friend. Well, thank you once again for joining us. That is Attila, the medical marijuana gorilla, the guy who brought us Abcan first. It's true. Thank you, my friend, once again. Thanks for watching, guys.
Always great talking to you.
All right, Attila, have a great day, buddy.
You too. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Let's give it up to Attila, guys. The medical marijuana gorilla, working hard on the street to bring you, the people, the news, live and in real time, here on Rich TV Live, where you, the people, you have a voice. You, the people, you can be heard. You, the people, you too can be a star on Rich TV Live. Now, what else is going on in the markets, people? If you're in the room and you're watching, let's talk. Let's talk stocks. What have I missed? I know you guys want to talk about GBTC, right? My goodness, it's hot. It's hot. Let's pull it up. GBTC. Have I not been telling you that this stock is hot? And have I not been telling you that it's one of the hottest stocks in the world every single day? And doesn't it continue to go up every single day? My goodness, is it possible that we continue to find these winners every single day? How could we possibly do it? What could possibly be our secret to our success? What is the secret sauce? What could possibly be the secret to our success? I mean, what could possibly be the secret to our success? I mean, why would people want to work with Rich TV? I mean, why would anyone want to work with Rich TV? I mean, would you want to...
Forget about the time-consuming process of setting up your shop, because importing hundreds of AliExpress.com products has never been so simple and quick.
You just move out of the way so you can be inspired. We need to send the right message, people. Make love, not war. We can save the world. Kenny Lee believes that we can save the world. Do you believe you can make a difference? Oh, man, just makes me feel so good inside. Oh, it just gives me that warm feeling inside, the warm, fuzzy feeling. It's a good message, isn't it? From our very own Kenny Lee. It's true. It's true. Right there? That's true. Ooh, yeah. To blame and complain will only make matters worse, wouldn't it? It is true. What you see in others shows you yourself. Kenny Lee, you are a genius, my friend. This was brought to us by Kenny Lee. See the best in others, and you will be your best. Kenny, you are being your best, my friend. Wow. This is powerful. Give to others, and you give to yourself. Now that's deep. Appreciate beauty and you will be beautiful. Admire creativity and you will be creative. Love and you will be loved. Wow, that's some powerful stuff. Seek to understand and you will be understood. Wow, tugging on those heartstrings. Listen and your voice be heard. Woo. Teach and you will learn. Kenny Lee, the Cloud Ninja, the Sniper, on RichTVLive.com. Make sure you like and subscribe, would you? All right. It's your motivation for the day. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs a little. Everyone needs to look in the mirror a little bit, don't you think? Just a little. Just a little. Maybe just a little. So, there's this company, GBTC, and boy, do I like me some GBTC. Sure do. Like me some GBTC. And GBTC just keeps going up. It has the big mo for momentum. Ooh, yeah. And just like Apple, which is absolutely on fire today, and Fuego, breaking all-time highs, being the first $800 billion company. My goodness, what can you say about Apple other than, ooh, yeah? And what can you say about GBTC other than, ooh, yeah? I mean, it is absolutely on fire. And when you see it go up yet another 9.3%, all we can do once again is thank our very own Cloud Ninja. I mean, what better way to thank the Cloud Ninja than to show one of his. Once again, the Cloud Ninja. That's some sick beat right there. Still, you gotta admire the beat. That was some. I think that was some talent. Let's hear this. You ready? Some Cloud Ninja. I'm gonna give the floor to the Cloud, to the Ninja. He brought us GBTC. There we go, the Ninja, the Cloud Ninja. Now let's talk about some of the stocks that were up this morning. PayPal.
Good morning, guys. We got some hot stocks. Wanna know?
Now this was this morning. Now, this morning I was looking at the markets and I brought you guys some alerts. Let's see what's on fire still.
Well, let's start with dating INPX up 50% at $2.69.
It's on fire.
How about CERU?
You heard it here first. That one
You've
too.
been watching this one at 52 cents, up 30%.
Just free picks, free winners.
Oh, this one.
Non-stop.
CMLS.
24
Once again,
cents.
a NASDAQ stock at 33 cents, up
It's true.
17%. I've talked about this one before. Mankind, MNKD, up 24% at 98 cents, traded 3.6 million shares. This was the gift that kept on giving last week, went all the way back down after a huge...
So I brought you those
run.
alerts
Doing
first.
a little bit of movement today, but it's up and down. It's just crazy. Take a look at FNBC. It's got big moves, but be careful. And last but not least,
Be careful.
that keeps on giving, GBTC, Bitcoin Investment Trust, up yet another 9.2%, now at $198. Make sure you like and subscribe. And remember, all I do is bring you winners.
True. So all I want to do is bring you guys winners, obviously, because why would I want to bring you guys losers, right? Why would I want to bring you guys losers? I mean, that wouldn't be intelligent. Bringing you guys losers would make you guys losers. If I brought you guys winners, that would make you guys winners, wouldn't it? Well, thanks to Kenny Lee, one of our winners in our community that makes us so special, we have this bad boy to make money with. And this bad boy, my goodness, it has legs. Let's take a look at bar chart. I want to know what bar chart thinks about this bad boy, okay? Let's do the due diligence. It's very important to do the due diligence and see what bar chart. Now, bar chart's not God or anything, guys, okay? It doesn't have all the answers. Don't expect it to, do everything for you, do all the work for you, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a pretty powerful tool that I love to use, okay? And let's pull up GBTC and let's see if it has all the bells and whistles that I look for. Oh, my goodness. Look what it's got. 100% buy. It's true. 100% buy. And 1%, top 1% signal strength. This is absolutely, positively on fire. If you have not participated, you are like me and you are watching from the sidelines, just cringing, watching it go up every single day. My goodness. Now, I'm holding on to this. It says the market is approaching overbought territory. Be watchful of a trend reversal. But it's got that thing in it called Bitcoin. And you can't understand it just because it has that name, Bitcoin. Anything with the name Bitcoin just is a freak of nature. It doesn't make any sense. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no reason why it's doing what it's doing. Nobody knows why it's doing what it's doing. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. I don't understand it. I don't have all the answers. I'm not Rich Nadamus, and I'm not Nostradamus. But what I can tell you is I know a winner when I see one. And we can't let this winner run away from us. No, no, no. We cannot let that happen. That would be a huge mistake. Would you agree? We can't let the winners run away? When the winners run, that's me. It's probably some of you. Crybabies. We sit there and say, why did I miss it? I talked about it on my show when it was at like $120 and now it's at $200. I believe we found it at like $140. And now it's at $200. Is it only because of us? Are we the only catalyst that has driven this stock up? I don't believe so. I'd like to think we are, but I really don't believe it's true. I don't think it's possible. But anything is possible. As of April 13th, less than a month ago, 3 weeks ago actually, this stock is up from $120 to $200. It is up 62%. Ooh, yeah. We love me some GBTC. In the last 3 months, it is up 95%. Ooh, yeah. It's true. And in the last year, since May 19th, 2016, almost an exact year to the day, GBTC is up a staggering 233%. The tools of the gods have brought us together to utilize these weapons of mass destruction to benefit you, the people. This is a direct arrow saying, buy me, buy. I am on fire. Buy me, I am on fire. 100% buy, top 1% signal strength. Let's look at it again. There's the evidence. It's true. And once again, up again today. If you're not winning, you're simply not watching. It's true. Oh, wow. I have way too much fun doing this, guys. I love doing what I do. Now, don't be a crybaby. Don't do it. Don't do it. Telling you, there's better ways to do it. Better ways to go. Don't be a crybaby. When I get trolls in the room, I am going to start to bring out the baby. That will be for the trolls. So if there's any trolls out there, beware. You have been warned. I will bring out the baby for you guys. But as long as you guys are good, you don't get the baby. You get the horn. So now we are at a point where we really need to go because we've been live doing a lot of things for a long time. I want to know if there's any stocks that I have missed. Take a look at this one. Attila told me this stock and he forgot to talk about it. NGTF up 60%. Traded 237,000 shares at 32 cents. Put on your watch list. Put on your radar. It's a winner and GTF. What else is on fire, people? Is there anything that I've missed today that I gotta let you know about? Anything at all? How about this one? I know Tony Brown's gonna like this. NAK at $1.83, up 14%. But look at the volume. Doing a dead cat bounce, trading 15 million shares. Ooh, yeah. That's winning. If you're not winning, you're not watching. Just saying. And the other big winner today is Apple, up 2.7%, breaking a record, becoming the first $800 billion company on the NASDAQ. Apple stock surges to record after Warren Buffett discloses stake more than doubled, almost tripled. Apple is once again borrowing in the bond market to reward its shareholders. Apple, we love Apple here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And remember, all I do is bring you winners. Apple, you're a big winner. We love you, Apple. You can't just leave on something lame like a stock price. You gotta leave on something more hardcore. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you a little video of what I did earlier this weekend, and I put together some videos of some of different things going on. And there was a video I put together I just want to show you. We'll leave on that video. Respect to Doom Squad. Hope you guys are watching. Got a lot of your videos on here. I saw you on 420. I like your music, Doom Squad. Hopefully one day we'll get you guys on my show. Our show, the People's Show. Make sure you like and subscribe, everybody. Make sure you download the app. Join the community. Peace! Let's get high. Let's get high.
You've never been to Vancouver on 420 before, so thank everybody that's here for making this an amazing experience. There's somebody that ain't from here, you'll never see somebody who's hanging around. No, but also want to say make sure you fix yourself today because we want to see a lot of faces all day. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you hydrate. That's a good example for stores across the country.
Very good message there, guys. Stay hydrated. Cannabis culture. Some free advertising for cannabis culture. That's Mark Emery's company, guys.
Like